cause for panic. This one might make for a worthy opponent.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
At last, we are come to the land you call the New World. My home. TURAL.
Hello everyone and welcome to the MSQ. At least we will be doing the MSQ in a bit. Hello everyone, my name is Kaz, your interdimensional bartender who's afraid of salespeople, and welcome to Final Fantasy XIV DAWNTRAIL Early Access. Of course, what is a stream without my gamer juice? Zero over here. I felt that since we're going to be doing the MSQ today, I thought it was appropriate to have that play for our intro, even though I kind of mucked it up, not gonna lie. I mucked it up. I definitely mucked it up because I forgot to put the audio capture on the preview screen, and so that resulted in the first few seconds of the intro not having any sound, and I apologize deeply for that. So anyway, yeah, that happened. But hello everyone, welcome. We are finally going to be doing the MSQ. But first off, we need to do the level 90 Viper quest. I know we kind of skipped out on some of the others, but that's because I was really trying to rush doing the Viper quests and level it up to 90 on my own. So yeah, not much has changed in my glamour other than the fact that because I'm now level 90, I can wear these gloves, which I think kind of match it a little better, or at least they match the boots. Anyway, the next quest I believe is in Quarry Mill, so we're gonna continue from there. Let's finish off the Viper quest. What are your swords? Using the manganese twin fang. Okay. Keshqua is as tense as a coiled viper. Since the last time we spoke, the twin adders have been looking for Goliath, but they ain't found hide nor hair of him. Meanwhile, there've been plenty of Ik-Sok Ixmajun sightings. Seems innocent Stork's eager to put her new pet to work. I expect that's why Goliath's commanding officer asked for our help. Let's head to the adder's nest and hear what he has to say. Oh, nope. Not that one. Oh, Gridania. Okay. Also, a reminder for people who are playing tomorrow. You will finally be able to use your Mountain Zoo codes. Also, what is that chest piece you are wearing? Martial Artist's sleeveless vest. Yes, we are now seeing the female Hrothgars make their appearance. Also, I'm gonna get yelled at by pretty much everyone here, but by Viper players in the chat, but I found out that my Dreadwinder combos have positionals. I had been playing on stream for the past 2 days, and every time I went to a dungeon, I was just whacking it with my Dreadwinder combo, not realizing that there was actually a positionals for those. It's good to finally meet you both. Goliath spoke highly of you and your contributions to our hunt for Ik-Sok Majun. Speaking of which, you got information for us, right? We received multiple eyewitness reports of a creature surpassing even the most elite marks. It dispatches its victims swiftly before flying away. At innocent Stork's direction, I wager. She's setting Ik-Sok Majun loose to kill for her own amusement. Those slain were mostly roaming adventurers, but the circumstances of each attack suggest an escalation. The beast is striking in broad daylight and closer to more populated settlements. The risk of a massacre grows greater by the day. There's another matter I wish to discuss, which may shed some light on the situation. We've received a letter from Goliath. Best part of that cinematic is that this place has tacos. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of craving tacos if it weren't for the fact that they, you know, every time you bite into a taco, it explodes into shrapnel and stabs your gums. Though details are sparse, he wishes to resign from the Twin Adders. The letter also includes a message for the two of you. Do you recall our discussion in Southern Thanalan? Though my aspirations were beyond me, I pray that you succeed in fulfilling your own. Hold on, the monitor's a bit tilted. Remember, Goliath, You wanted to prevent those with bright futures from dying before their time. That's why you joined the Twin Adders. Wait. We had that talk in the Shroud, not Thanalan. And he mentions our aspirations, which is to protect people from rampaging beasts. Don't you see? He's telling us that Ixox Majun's gonna appear in southern Thanalan. A hidden message, albeit not a particularly well-hidden one. If Vincent Stork read this, she surely would have divined his intent. I can only surmise that she knew and allowed the letter to be sent regardless. What better way to lure you into a confrontation with Ixox Majun than by taking advantage of Goli's sincere plea for help? Trap or not, a confrontation suits me fine. If it's a show she wants, then we're happy to oblige. As for the where, she doubtless wishes to avoid attracting the attention of the immortal flames in the Amalja. The Sagoli Desert like us not. I will send word to Ul'dah, but in the meantime, I wish you every success. Forgive my very poor Cockney British default Cockney British accent. It's all I can manage at the moment. Also, I am going to apologize if I ever come off as like a little bit like low on if I seem a bit more impatient today or irritable or also a bit low on energy. I am currently nursing what remains of a slight hangover from the weekend. Where you see, we had a lot of drinks over the weekend. I had a family thing on Saturday night, and I drank some wine with cousins. Then I had another family dinner on Sunday night, where we drank even more wine with other family from abroad. So, I'm still feeling the effects of that. There's Keshkwa. Another carcass. This was Ixox Majun's work. Didn't expect the trail to be this easy to pick up, but perhaps I should have. All that's left now is to walk straight into the trap. No viper worth their salt ever shied away from danger, am I right? Wait. I want my face visible for these cutscenes. I wish they had an option where if you wear your visor off when you're in a cutscene, and then at the end of the cutscene it shifts it back on. Although that is a bit hard to program, I assume. Such grace, such power, magnificence itself given form, worthy of all. Alas, these mediocre distractions are a poor canvas for your art. It's over, innocent Stork. Actually, I should be channeling Antonio Banderas for that. On the contrary, the main attraction is just beginning. My facial expressions look so much better in DAWNTRAIL. Goliath! What have you done to him? After his childish trick with the coded letter, I decided to let Ixox Majun punish him. An appetizer, if you will. All the money and the privilege in the world, and this is how you choose to use it. Killing for the sake of killing. You're no better than a TURAL Vidral, a monster that deserves to die. A flattering comparison, though you seem to be forgetting the literal monster that stands before you. Ixox Majun, I've brought you fresh prey. Yeah, about that. Oh, I haven't forgotten about you. A coward through and through, I knew, but the one I thought had some pride. Guess I was wrong. It's time. Ixox Majun is ours! Okay, and burst. And then one more. Okay, into the combo. Okay, I'm losing a bit of my speed here because I'm watching the mechanics. Oh boy. Something's up. Okay. And what is that mistake? Is this all you're capable of? Are you not satisfied with the prey I provided? You'll have all that you want and more, but only if you obey. Kill them! Kill them now! I demand it! This ain't the Ixox Majun I know, and I reckon innocent Stork is the reason why. I can smell the wild grass on her. A less potent mixture than the one we doled out before. Just enough to keep Ixox Majun at arm's length. But even that's too much for the withdrawal senses. That's why it's addled and can't think straight. Even so, she's made a fool's bet. Ixox Majun's only tolerated innocent Stork and her shenanigans to sate its own bloodlust. Two apex predators can't make nice forever. I'm not done with you yet! Goliath, you stubborn worm! And your back was turned. Did she just end up in the pit? He sent her straight into the pit. And with her gone, I guess it's our turn. Maybe not, and maybe now can concentrate on the fight. All right, Safari, give it everything you've got. Gladly. Let's go! Come here, you! Stop running! Ooh. Hey? Don't play it like that, huh? Something tells me I want to be away from the sides. Oh shit! Uh-oh. Cash Squad, what are you gonna do? Thank you. Oh, I'm all right, thank you. Okay. Get ready for a huge attack when it spreads its wings. And what exactly do you want me to do with that information? Oh, that's what you want me to do. Okay. Hit it first with a debuff. Uncoiled Fury. I got this. Ah! I didn't die there. No one knows, but I will. I survived somehow, even though I dashed into the fire. Woo! Let's fucking go! We did it! We killed XIV Majun! Even though I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that name. O restless beast, may you find peace in death. As the serpent sheds its skin, relinquishes this husk, that you may rise again to greet a new dawn. DAWNTRAIL? Is that you? Innocent Stork genuinely believed that she could bend such a creature to her will. That arrogance cost her her life. She never understood what she was dealing with, or afforded it proper respect. She took her superiority for granted. But the power she wielded to flaunt the laws of men was powerless against the natural order. Me? Glorious. Sapphire, thank you for everything. Was a damn sight harder than I reckoned it to. But I finally avenged my brother in arms and fulfilled my duty. I can once again hold my head high. Someone's just fishing over there. pulls out what's her name? Innocent Stork's corpse. Ixox Majun might be dead, but they've still got a loose end or two to tie up. Referring to you. You haven't told us yet why you led us on a merry chase for Innocent Stork. May as well come clean now. Well. When I was a young child, my merchant parents were slain by a wild creature on their travels. I meant what I said at Full Good when I told you I swore to save others from a similar fate. That's why I joined the Twin Adders. Commendable motivation. Then I met Innocent Stork, who explained with great enthusiasm that she shared my desire to protect others by bringing these beasts to heal. Thought I'd found a kindred spirit. But I later realized she'd fed me nothing but lies. She used me to obtain information collected by the Twin Adders, all for the sake of identifying potential additions to her menagerie. I disclosed all manner of sensitive intelligence to her, believing it was in furtherance of her efforts to save lives. By the time I learned of her true intentions, it was too late. Confronted her, told her that I was going to inform my superiors. She smiled and laughed and said that she would unleash her fiends upon Gridania if I spoke a word, with some of her finest reserved specifically for my family. I'm guessing it was Innocent Stork's idea to have you join the investigation into Ixox Majun. It was. There's no excuse for what I did. Allowing myself to become her pawn has led to so much needless suffering. Nothing I can say or do will ever be enough to earn your forgiveness. Whatever punishment awaits me, I shall accept it gladly. Well, for one, you might want to consider putting that ridiculously oversized spear. Well, Sapphire, what do you think? I think you should decide, Keshqua. Behind him to the Adders, they won't have mercy on him. If he'd only done me wrong, I'd be willing to look the other way. But his deceptions caused all kinds of trouble for the Twin Adders. They're the ones who need to stand in judgment. Quite right. I will request that my superior meets us at Quarry Mill, where I shall give a full account. Settled then. Meet us there when you're ready. Okay, back to Quarry Mill. we're here. Quarry mill. Where's the fit? There. There's the ending. Oh, standing at attention. They're probably gonna take it easy on him because his actions actually did end up saving more people. As a soldier of the Twin Adders, your actions are inexcusable. Once I have made my report, expulsion will be the least of your worries. There will likely be a trial. Where I come from, we don't take kindly to liars neither. Our word is our bond, and the violation of that trust demands punishment. But I will say this. The lies he told were to protect the people of Gridania. Not only that, the actions he took contributed directly to the defeat and death of Ixox Majun. And Innocent Stork, don't forget about that bitch. I won't say the end justifies the means, but it's not nothing. Duly noted. Though I trust you understand that this consideration may not change the outcome. Yes, sir. Ain't my place to tell you folks how to handle your business. I'm just a simple man who crossed the salt to kill a Vedral. But if Goliath isn't stuck in a cell for this foreseeable future, I got something he can help me with. You see, now that my business here is concluded, it's high time I made my way home. Trouble is, passage back is more than I can presently afford. I'm gonna need to put in some work, and I reckon Goliath could help me find clients in need of a Viper's skills. For a simple man who knows better than to tell us how to handle our business, you struck upon an intriguing solution. Well, I have spent a fair bit of time in the company of a silver-tongued someone. I think someone should teach him silver tongue is not what he thinks it means. Goliath, your conduct cannot be easily forgiven. Even so, it must be acknowledged that you played a vital role in the slaying of Ixox Majun. Swear to never again stray from the path of righteousness. No charges will be brought against you. Moreover, I will accept your voluntary resignation, as you did previously request. With this arrangement, you may yet pursue your dream of defending the innocent from nature's most deadly threats, in your capacity as Keshqua's assistant. What say you? There are other ways to protect people, you know? I shall do as you ask. You have my word. Though I will bear the shame of my misdeeds as long as I live, I shall endeavor to redeem myself through service to the people. You can start by finding me some beasties to slay. Well, it seems like I'll be sticking around the Yosia a while longer. In the meantime, you're sure to find clients of your own. I reckon this continent's more than big enough for the both of us. Wherever there are folks in need of a Viper, that's where we'll be. His final salute as a Twin Adder. I really wish there was like a better glove I could choose for my outfit. Problem is that I tried to go. Oh, he actually changed. Okay. Now that I'm no longer an adder, I had no choice but to hand in my uniform. With my new garb, I'm ready to fend off forest-dwelling fiends alongside Keshqua. Oh, look at these two. Does anyone in the chat ship them? Is this gonna be another thing like with the Bard and the Lancer dude? I forget their names. What was I gonna look? Oh yeah, we want to go to Mordona really quick because I've been trying to find a good looking Magitech gloves for scouting, but they don't seem to be very common. And I think it's mostly to do with the fact that up until now, Ninja was the only scouting class. And so they were quite limited in trying to fit the aesthetic of Ninja and Rogue. So even if I were to dye these blue, I mean they look okay, but they also kind of stand out from the boots, and that's my concern. It's also the bright blue glove section itself. I also need more tomestones because I don't have enough. I used all my tomestones to get my Viper gear. Look at this. I got the weapon. I got the headgear, the gloves, the pants, and the only things that aren't, also the bracelet, yeah. The only things that aren't tome gear are the chest, the boots, the earring, the neck, and the rings. Although I feel like I should have gotten a ring. Anyway, now that we're done with that, off to Sharian. Let's do the MSQ! 44 minutes into the stream. Finally gonna get started on the story. Also, I like how it always remembers what was your last attack, so it knows what state to draw your weapon in. Welcome back, Sapphire. I've just had word from Aronville. It seems he's managed to secure passage to TURAL aboard a guild ship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? Should only take a moment. But my room! I can't go back to my room. Alright, into the main hall we go. Is my face visible? It is. There they are. Ojika gave us the good news. We made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Aronville himself. I'd still like to know how Grahatia ends up there when he volunteered to stay behind. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner's Guild ship has granted us places aboard a vessel bound for TURAL. There'll be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we need to share deck space. That's fine, Aronville. I doubt anyone expected we'd have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what it is we'll be doing in TURAL, yes? We've not forgotten. The nation of Turiolal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Alphino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting TURAL, we hope to learn more about how its myriad cultures interact with one another, how they find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insights that might help our friends in Ilsabard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can be assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You wanted to find out about your grandfather, right, Kral? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he had been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of that investigation in our archives. and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I look forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with an interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I am part of this expedition only because the Third Promise has commanded that I serve as a guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Well, we won't make you Dawn Servant by standing here and talking about it. Ha! A woman of action! Right then. If all are still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. It's very difficult to do like what I can only describe as Latin British. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the harbor. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well. We are now setting sail for TURAL. Let's go. Finally time.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Oh yes.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Though TURAL may seem but a short sail away on a map, the vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels.
Not gonna be the first time we have to tussle with something in the water.
Admiral Bluefiswin herself. This will be no pleasure cruise.
Bluefiswin.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
I love her.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
What is with the slide whistle?
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
What is with that slide whistle glance?
We're casting off!
Oh yes, here we go.
It's time. I trust you have everything you need? And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Cattenram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of TURAL.
TURAL. There's a trill there. TURAL. Okay, Wuklabat, I don't think you should be standing there. Not while the boat's moving.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
I have the biggest smile on my face right now. You guys have no idea how excited I am for this. TURAL. But of course, it's not going to be smooth sailing. So cat-like, I love it.
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good.
Our
This sea, she's a fickle one. Calm one moment, blowing a gale the next.
not at all the voice I expected from that face.
I'll take my rest while I can then.
Freaking hell, stupid HP update. Out of nowhere. Why?
We left port what seems an age ago now, and we've seen naught but open water ahead. I knew TURAL was far, but it's another thing to really know. Speaking of which, some of our fellow passengers have made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about TURAL and
It's not like Sapphire is new to sailing. I have it in my lore that she was actually
Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
that she's named after the sea, like her original name. As I will constantly remind everyone, Sapphire Umbris is her adventurer name,
You look out across these same waters.
not
grandfather.
her actual name. Is there an actual option for that, for cutscenes to hide your headgear? Hold on. Okay, so apparently it's still not in the game, even in DAWNTRAIL. I wish it was, though. I see you in Orizial before, you great and famous hero. God, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of you Eorzeans coming to TURAL, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historic journey of the great Ketenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot on TURAL, almost 80 years ago. The Mamulja's leaders said to have welcomed Ketenram with open arms, and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Papodos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. Tales say Ketenram returned to TURAL several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an end is testimony to the ocean's peril. Oh, I can just go back to old Charlie in there. Okay. Enchantane. Oh, this will be my first visit to TURAL. Enchantane's the name. I was working on Eshtime's aesthetics in Ul'dah, you see. But my point with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in the hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. I'm told the Dawn Servant welcomes all regardless of origin, and so TURAL seemed like the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Self-assured trader. That better be trader with a D and not with a T. An adventurer, I presume. I'm a merchant myself, based in Uldar. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this. It is not uncommon for the various races to be referred to instead by the names of certain clans. By the Mikote, the Hetsaro, the Hrothgar, the Shibral. Not because every member of a given clan is of the same race, mind, but because the many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. Fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Now I wonder what the Aura are called, actually. Sprawl. Hey Archie, welcome. Congrats on finishing the story before early access was even over. How the hell you managed that? X makes an ish noise. So the name of the monster for the Viper story was Ixok Shmajun. I was kinda right. Shmajun. I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generator to protect it from storms. Reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray there will be no need for it. Gesundheit. When you play the Viper quest, you will know. You will understand my pains in pronouncing the names. Did you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will be sat next to the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the right of succession, your young Wuklamat being one of them, of course. But from what a Mamulja bloke was telling us, the other 3 are all strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin in the third promise. Turbo! Sorry, Turbo is going wild because Dad's home. It's waiting for my dad to come claim him. Oh yeah, Archie. What do you think of my my glamour for Viper? I actually managed to find it's nice, very blue and shiny. Yee! I actually managed to find mostly enough pieces to make a Magitech-ish armor. The issue is really the gloves, because this is the closest I could get to match the colors of the armor, but nothing else really looked Magitech-y enough. And the Skaven gloves, for some reason, this Ronkin jacket, it hides the bulk of the gloves, and all you see are the hand bit. You don't see the actual Magitech bits on it. There is the Ironworks Master gear that was the level 50 tombstone gear, but as you can see, I have no more tombstones. It all went to this stuff. All right, forgot. For cutscenes. Did you learn anything of interest? Yep, I learned a lot. I didn't heard that about the clan names. We should have Wuklamat and an Aranville teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chilly up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. I don't know if you can hear the dogs going wild. Oh no, there's a storm. It can't be the first dungeon right away. I'm not even level 81 yet. Blink. Ah yes, zoom out from
storm, it seems.
Alize's thighs. We're in for a proper storm, it seems. Oh. Oh, someone's seasick.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
Clearly
I'm
you
just
do.
feeling a little nauseous is all.
That is what seasick means.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Thank you, Alize. On the same page, same snarky
Envil, you were
page.
born in TURAL, yes? Do many Viera live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements
Shatona.
mainly in the north, in TURAL.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name.
I'm gonna have to look up like what each
As for my
location
mother-
refers to each of these races, because we have the Eorzean names. We're now getting introduced to the Turalian names, and then let's not forget they were also named differently in the first. Also, I love the changes to the expressions. Your character just looks so much more expressive now. Uh-oh.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Oh boy. Is there gonna be a fight? Are we fighting stuff, or are we just
I
going to
have
be...
not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
I'm sorry, was that a man hanging from the mast? Oh shit,
Heaving
there
waves
is!
tossed
Oh
the
god!
ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alize, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself.
That's dark as hell!
Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning. What an extraordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
Yeah, we met someone named Leviathan who taught me how to use that properly.
Muklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress.
Of course, Aranville has to roast Muklamat. The only person who's not afraid to roast the Dawn Servant's
By the
daughter.
time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of TURAL. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
My goodness. I guess wipe up all the booze that may have spilled during that storm. Hey, no one woke me up. What the fuck? I love the lighting. Look at that. I have never seen lighting that good in a previous cutscene. It's almost like an entirely new game, actually. And the details, like, dare I say that the lighting actually almost looks like the Realm Reborn. The light bleeds through my horns. That's so cool. Did you see that? It bleeds through the horns. Yeah, it proves the horns are kind of hollow and almost skin-like. But still, that detail is so cool. Although I guess it also helps that I learned that apparently gamma correction is not what I thought it was. Oh, how's your seasickness?
Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground.
You are a true cat after all.
Can't be much farther now, can it?
Why do people hate her? I've seen some people say they hate Wuklama. It's like, why? I love this girl.
Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought.
Not sure what YouTube recommended, but you seem cool, so I'm not complaining. Hey, welcome, Maddie Mortis.
Pessimism proven wrong.
In other
People don't like her
communities,
Naruto
I'd
energy.
say he's faring
There's
well.
Oh well, I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
he'll make
Like
a full recovery.
I find Naruto annoying,
news
but I'm
indeed.
not getting the same vibe from
If all's
Wuklama.
well,
But then again, it might be
needn't
because I haven't
delay in
watched
watching the
Naruto
landing.
in like years.
Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
Because Naruto gives off, he's really stupid and it's annoying. Wukalamat is, she's a more endearing kind of stupid, in my opinion. It's also like people with main character syndrome and want to be the main focus. Oh gee, wow.
Thanks for bringing us all this way.
As if we didn't get told about the plot, like, you know, a couple of months ago during the 6.55 patch cycle. Orange cat brain.
If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a
Hey,
matter
there's
of
the boat
fact,
from the trailer.
Everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down.
Uh-oh.
Easy, stomach. Easy.
See? I love this. I love her.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Yes, before Wuklamat paints the boat an entirely new color. Play the theme song! Not that theme song! Hey look, it's the benchmark! How'd your limbo rings go with the update? It's a bit more faded, from what I can see. I don't want to have to like...
Destination will soon be in sight.
I don't want to have to use a Fantasia just to test it out. Unless I'm wrong and that you can actually edit it with the esthetician.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
See, they're a bit more faded now.
Yeah, look at my friends. Behold
Also,
the
I don't know
scene of
why
our
it
next
blends
great
more with
adventure.
the green, with her left green eye. I intended it for to be more of a light blue. Hey, she let her hair
Blessed,
down.
we are come to the land you call the New World. To my home, TURAL.
What about at night? I haven't noticed at night actually. I haven't had many cutscenes at night. Logo? Flash the logo? There it is. I called it. There's the logo. Okay, time to go to bed. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ooh, this music. TURAL. Is anyone else thinking of the cantina from Star Wars? And of course, there she is, still heaving. We've arrived. Hey, look, it's totally not Machu Picchu. I am just half expecting someone to come greet us with jazz hands with the music.
An impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Look at that. See, do you see this?
No.
The little
never
light
seen
that
volume
bleeds through the
feathers in
corners of their
Paris.
ears?
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a
I am in
now,
absolute
but
awe at that
visitors to
detail.
Tulihiola are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever
I am
venture
so
abroad.
glad I upgraded my graphics card before this. Look at Kryle's jars.
Mamuja
Wait,
sells
what?
swords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented.
Oh shit, the lights actually, there's actually shadow being cast on them. Do they jiggle? Does the liquid jiggle?
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
Who's this mustachioed fellow?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
It's hard to see, but it does. Ooh!
Our nation
I like
is
the
soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tulihiola?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course.
Third promise.
Please accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
You see, how can you hate someone like her? Oh, look at the face of the Mamulja.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
I absolutely love her. She's
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tulihiola.
Do you think one day they're gonna get very ambitious enough to actually implement like collision physics between horns and your equipment? Also, so when I meant earlier, by the way, when I said gamma, I didn't realize that this was not necessarily a brightness setting, and I've been playing for the past at least 3 or 4 years with this maximized, and so my game's color has been completely washed, and I had always been complaining like, why is the color so faded? This was the reason why. Yeah. And now that I've removed it, look how rich the color of everything is. I don't even need to use reshade anymore, or the G shade for this kind of color. Well, despite the storm's efforts to the contrary, here we are, safe and sound. You've arrived in TURAL. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with a swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charlian. Ooh, a weapon coffer, yes. Which won't be necessary because I already have an eye level 660 weapon. Right then, first things first. Oh. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. Great start. I realize we've just arrived, but we should get you familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. I'd appreciate the tour. No arguments there. I should very much like to explore. And I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were. So the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers? Buklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick, no sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me win the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially within the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command a respectful distance. But you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her station surrounded by this many outsiders is bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean technically? I suggest we move in two groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me then. Sapphire, you and Krill can come with me. Kryl. Oops, I was watching a bit too much Orville. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we've had a good look around. That voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have time enough for that. Krill. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit. At least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I'm ready to go. Also, I just noticed the little trinkets on her armband kind of look like shovels. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Orenville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal waters, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay, mostly small fishing boats or barges ferrying cargo up and down the rivers from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from TURAL, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring markets. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Wuklamat and Kryl are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to okay? Yeah, I know. Yes, we know about those. Whee! Gotta love the jazzy music, I gotta say. Are you a scholar? I really should get the Manderville weapons at some point. Hey, buddy, you're crafting in a conversation spot. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliola's largest marketplace. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to imported wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Oh, right. I should mention that here in Turiola, we buy things with Pel, a currency that Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trade is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also... Oh my god, how do you pronounce this? There's also... Forgive me if I butcher this. Wachu Mechi Mechi, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Wachu Meiki Meiki. Did they really just call the name of their market What You Make It? Or What You Make? Because it's a merchant stop? Wachu Meiki Meiki? Is that what this is? Was that intentional, or is that just because how we're reading it? That's how you say it. Oh, okay. That explains a bit. It is also the crafted delivery. Yeah, so you watch people makey things. Hey. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. I can't wait to see the look on your faces. Hold up. I see something that interests me. The hunt board! No! You're unable to accept any of the bills. How dare you! I see people are very much dressed for the locale. I can't help but wonder if maybe I'm overdressed as well. Do I mean... I very well could if I wanted to. I could switch to my swimwear outfit. Or this. Why not? There we go. Now I'm ready for TURAL. Where am I supposed to go? All right, this way. Did you just take off all your clothes? Yes, I did. You're gonna die of heat stroke? Exactly. That's why I had to switch to my swimsuit. Oh, that was not intentional. Sorry, y'all got a camera full of Sapphire's belly. What do you think of that, eh? The Aetheryte or Sapphire's belly? Goodness me, you have Aetherites in Tuliolal? I think I told you before, but my brother Koana spent 3 years studying Sharian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the idea at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Shak TURAL. Let's make a stop at Bright Bloom Post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Lance Guard. You're in light wear. You are gonna die of heat stroke. You're in... Are those pajamas? Those are Chocobo pajamas. That's appropriate. Mildly appropriate. I'm questioning because it's all black in this heat. You are going to... This works. You are going to die of a heat stroke. Careful on what gear you inspect. Is it spoilers? Okay, I will... I will refrain then. I just saw like pajamas. Like, are those chocobos on your pajamas? Are you wearing pajamas in TURAL? We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the sides of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. Oh yeah, I should probably talk to Kral as well. Trudging up and down all these slopes and stairs is exhausting. I understand now where Wuklamat gets her endless endurance. Yeah, and her nice physique too. Uh-huh. I see the Zidane pants. Also Bismuth twin fangs. Or at least what looks like the Bismuth twin fangs. How far are we from the... Oh, okay, there. Well, at least there's an Ethernet shard we can attune to. Let's attune to the Ethernet shard. Buddy, are you okay in that outfit? And I thought I was gonna be uncomfortable in what I was wearing. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending TURAL and preserving the peace. The Landsguard are led by our nation's strongest warrior, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago when Zaralja took over as commander. The title is no empty honor. It means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to. Well, I'll discuss my brothers and their accomplishments later. Alphino and Alice should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time. It's time I showed you the Skygate. It's right at the northern end of Talon March. There's actually sound effects. We wouldn't have gotten that in like 2.0. That's cool. They actually have sound effects for the swords clashing. Although I question the fact that their swords look like they're made out of bone, but they're making clanging noises unless there's like unless it's like a white metal. So let's look at the names of these places. We started with the Aetheryte Plaza. Bayside Bevy was where we were. There's Morrow's Measure. Ark of the Dawn Herald, Dirigible Landing, Alpaca Stables, the Winged Walk, Pinions Reach, Volok Shunsa. I'm pretty sure I butchered that a little. Copperstone, Seafoam Fields, Talon March. That's where we came from, right? Yeah. We already did that chit-chat thing there. Auntie's Tacos. Tacos! Ah, there it is. What you makey makey, as Archie calls it. I'm gonna call it that. Even if they teach me later on how it's pronounced, I'm gonna call it that from now on, Archie. Thank you. Uh-oh. If I'm going to end up meeting your father just like this is gonna be a very awkward meeting. Massive, isn't it? And then on the other side is an equally massive bridge to match. Both were constructed by a race of giants. The I apologize for how I'm gonna pronounce this. The Yok Hui. What you hear at your typical Pinoy family reunion. Yok Hui. When you have the Filipino instinct, like when you hear someone say "hui," you are obligated to look for where it came from. It doesn't matter if they said your name or not. If someone says "hui," you turn your head and you look. Strictly speaking, TURAL is actually two separate continents. Yok-TURAL, the southern lands of the mother, and Shak-TURAL, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legends say it used to be one great landmass, but long, long ago the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. I never expected that Wuklamat would use the word twain. Familiar sounding tale. I am put in mind of the conflict between Hydaelyn and Zodiac. But getting back to Shak-TURAL, those lands are also part of the TURAL nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the peoples of two continents into a single nation. The many clans of TURAL had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the lands and put a stop to their myriad conflicts that we finally had peace. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Shak-TURAL requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any new permits until the rite of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm Dawn Servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. I'll hold you to it. I've never broken my word. Once the throne is mine, that travel permit is yours. We must have covered half the city by now. TURAL is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I am using a 660, and this is 645. Please do not mind the lack of sorting that I have in my inventory at the moment. Oh yes, my Dragoon is still using the level 89 artifact lance. I have chosen to not level up any of that. Radiant's Blade is 590. Oh my god. Manderville 615. The Gunblade is 570. 650. Okay, so I don't need to replace that. Where's the... There, Manderville knife, 615. I do need to replace those. We'll head west next, towards the Arc of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? TURAL certainly doesn't want for methods of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. The Arc of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. City of Stairs. We will need to go here just to get that Ethernet. One of the disadvantages of going as Viper instead of as Machinist is I do not have I don't have, what is it? My brain's not working. I don't have Peloton. That's the name of the ability. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could construct an entire city on the side of a mountain. This was originally the site of a Yokhui temple. The giants built it when they were first making the bridge to TURAL to appease the god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After the Yokhui withdrew, the temple stood empty for centuries, so when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting practically in the center of TURAL. He gathered artisans to do the work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll be passing through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest residential district in Tuliolal. We climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. Oh, we actually are going there. Cool. And I'm immediately reminded of the island sanctuary that I have abandoned. Whee! Oh, that's so cute. It's a tiny baby Mamulja and his dad's playing with. That's adorable. Whee! That's so fucking cute. Wow, like actual yellow full on corn. That's like a this isn't a Hrothgar. You look like you're made of corn. I'm sorry. Corngar. Can I knock the kids over? No, I can't. Damn. The kids have no the kids aren't corporeal. No, the children are not corporeal. Ooh. Up the stairs. Papa's palace is called Volok Shunsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. Trial, what do you have to say? Sheer scale of this palace is incredible. I wonder what that carving at the top represents. Can we at least attune to the ether right before we go, or is it sealed behind the doors? Are we not allowed to go in? Hey, they didn't stop us. Okay, let's just attune to the Ethernet shard. Sir, your head is on fire. Is that artifact gear? I would assume it is. I'm not. That looks like something I should not inspect. Rakaznar greatsword. Hey, it's a greatsword version of me. Oh, it's not your head. It's your shoulder pads that are on fire. Oh, only has to wait till 2 AM to get back to Gilg. Yikes. Yeah, you're coming from Dynamis, aren't you? Were the DPS queue times there as abysmal as here in Primal? Where I'd be queuing for like 45 minutes for a dungeon? Hunmuho. Haven't tried DPS queues in Dyna. I'll try it after work tomorrow. Good luck. Hopefully it's not as bad as here on Primal, where again, like, for specific dungeons you can get anywhere up to like almost an hour of queue time. For the regular dungeon roulettes, it's like 30 to 45 minutes, almost an hour if you're very unlucky. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yoktural clans. Amulja, Shbral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tonawauta, Hetsaro, and Shetona, who moved south from their ancestral lands in TURAL. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of TURAL. A true representation of Tuliola's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's all so beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come, we continue down the stairs. Again, it is difficult to try to pull off this southern accent that has mixes of British pronunciation. South American accent, rather. That big drum is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for formal occasions, like when honoring the Landsguard's return from a dangerous duty. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. And me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that's the time Papa held me upside down by the ankle. I have several questions. Either it's like 35 plus in line. Oh gosh. I've never seen such an enormous someone fell down. Sorry, I got distracted by someone just falling from the sky and I just see there 52,000 damage. What did one even use to beat such an instrument? Maybe Woklamat's skull? He said her dad held her upside down. Maybe he used her to beat the drum the next day. Ah, yes, we have to unlock the transpo system. There we go. Do do do. And here are our dirigibles. Not bad, eh? I hear other nations use airships to sail the skies, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolal. We have them for the exact same reason as the Aetherites. Koana brought back the plans from Shalian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since that time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. The Ark of the Dawn awaits. Ark of the Dawn. A city of stairs. I just realized that's the name of the quest. Yeah, there are a lot of stairs here. That is PvP gear. Excuse me, sorry. This is it, the Ark of the Dawn. When the giants are still here, just known as the TURAL land gate. But when Papa founded Tuliolal, everyone began using its present name in honor of his great achievement. Though this gate is Kozamauka, through this gate is Kozamauka, the wetlands south of the city. Depending on what the right of the succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozamauka. The name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? You mean alpacas? Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seemed quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Trial. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. And she's off again. All right, this is a good chance to actually see what my eyes look like at night. They are a bit more visible, but again, it's more of like... It's still a bit faded compared to like, or rather, it's less... How do I explain? It's more subtle compared to like pre-graphical update. Bit more muted than I've seen of others. I can't remember if you're going to edit that. Do you use the esthetician or Fantasia? I've seen some high beam aura. I think it's because I purposefully like chose like a more blending color, bright enough that it's like there, but not so much that it becomes like completely noticeable. I don't want like a super contrasted white for it. There's one thing I want to check actually. I forgot to check the graphic settings. UI resolution, grass interaction, real time. Oh, I'm already on high. Cool. It's Fanta. You can do a yeah. I already have the free Fanta. I just chose not to use it yet. I have it stored in my retainer because I don't want to have to use it just to change my eye color. Enjoying pointing out. Yeah, the one that everyone said is a drug dealer, and so Fantasia is a legit addiction. Fantasia addiction is canon to Final Fantasy XIV. I saw the tweet. If you should learn the history of TURAL, look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? Okay, it was just experience wins. Mountain chromite chest gear coffer. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations. Excuse me. But if you take a really good look, you'll see there's something much more interesting. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. The scene cannot be skipped, so we have to just sit back and enjoy. Please tell me the cutscene's voiced. Pictures? Wait, no, these are glyphs! So it's not voiced. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulol Jaja, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliolal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. There's no better way to learn how Tuliolal came to be. Study them as long as you like. Oh shit. Okay. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer Ket something. I can never remember the name. You mean Kettenram? Ah, that's the one. Kettenram's arrival in TURAL is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It's said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood. But no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Kettenram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it's assumed he was lost at sea. Day of Reeds, Wuklamat. Just out of nowhere. Wokalamat. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu in their village in Kozamauka. Ah, the people Alphino almost mistook for Vanu if not for the colorful plumage. Spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year. Very famous and a lot of fun. The four sons closest to us cover the first half of Papa's travels. Let's start with those. Oh, okay. Here I thought she was about to comment about... Wait, it's still selectable. Does it change if you click her more than once? No, it doesn't. Okay. I thought there was like an Easter egg if you did. Lay of Pots. Let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depicts the moblins of Kozamauka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are the standard when it comes to gift giving. It's the kobolds. Or no, not the kobolds. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. Goblins, if I remember. I can't. I know I've completed their beast tribe thing. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can probably tell, the figure depicted here is of the Shbral, like me. For decades, the Shbral and the Mamulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. Yaktuel. I'm going to assume that the apostrophe has a stop on it. The actions Papa took to end that conflict have since been hailed as the first steps in the founding of Tuliolal. There is a clan of Hrothgar and Bozja known as Hellions. In their society, the women rule as queens and the men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Shbral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu, whose homeland is in Urkopacha. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce it. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Toliolal's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as children, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculating traders. Are they the Lalafels of this land? Oh, this one's my favorite. The Lay of Ice. It depicts the battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Valley Garamanda. I should explain. A Tural Vidral, I know what the Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to a preternatural power. Tataru described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valley Garamanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the oh my goodness, I can't English for some reason. A name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 80 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrades managed to overcome the raging Vidral and sealed it away in the Urkopacha Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Varigaramanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Turiolal's national emblem and adorning the banners at the palace. Oh, this one's unmarked. Papa says he left a blank pillar for the next chapter of Tuliola's history, whatever that may be. Is it a symbolic blank, or is he really intending to fill it up at some point? Ah, the lay of proof. That big fellow is of the Yokhui, the largest of TURAL's peoples. These giants once used their great size and strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok-TURAL. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, settling their sights on Shak-TURAL. You recall that massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate. Some time after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopacha. I've never even seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resourcefulness to raise a temple on a mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What would move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? Had your fit of history then? Yes, thank you. Uh-oh. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprises there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. So let's go and have ourselves a bite of a local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. Is it the tacos? I like the sound of that. Is it the tacos? Are we actually gonna finally get a taste of Turali tacos? Oh, I forgot to get the Ethernet at the dirigible landing. Shit! Goodness. We're 2 hours in and we just arrived in TURAL. We're not even done exploring the whole place yet. I mean, we got the tour, but I'm pretty sure there are some, like, sightseeing spots we're gonna eventually find somewhere high up. Okay, and then... Shit, I should have also tuned to that one before I started running this way. At least I would have had a shortcut. I am not very smart, I will admit that. I am very concerned about the way that Vipers sprint. I mean, if you drop your arm even like an inch, that you're gonna trip on your own swords. I mean, it's one of the comments I make about some of these animations. I'm just like, at first there was Dark Knight with them pointing their sword forward as they run, but that thing is heavy. If they drop it just a little bit, you'll see the Dark Knight do a front flip. Same with the Vipers. Did I attune to this one? I can't remember. I don't think I did. Shbalyav Tie. Nope, I didn't. This should be the last one. if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, we haven't done this one yet. We haven't attuned to Watch You Makey Makey. Have you ever had tacos? Yes, tacos! They're a TURAL classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. A lot of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Shbalyev Tie the best. And I need one right in front of me, right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Brook Evu. Oh, this looks so nice. Look at that. Seaside restaurant, hello? Garniture Gleam Sands. So pretty, my goodness. I didn't think I would be astonished again by it's so nice in the I'm so sure. It already looks really good at night. I can only imagine how much better it looks in the day.
Brook Evu!
Hey, I got the pronunciation mostly correct.
My companions
Brook Evu.
must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Great, now I want tacos.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
My only issue with tacos is, again, if it's the really crunchy kind, they will... I hate when they explode in your mouth and then they stab your gums.
Did you hear the silver scales are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Oh.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
What about back there? Oh shit.
Oh.
No! The tacos!
Oh.
Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. No.
And who might you be?
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor.
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
So they're both Bakul Jaja.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling housecut, we are blessed siblings.
Yes, the...
We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
Yes, the entitled racists. Here we go.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Ha! Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
How about you test it with mine?
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Do you have like no other metaphors other than cat metaphors?
Listen to me, you.
A two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in TURAL, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo,
Okay.
the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Oh my.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Pretty sure the birthdays must be hell.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
You just imagine the conversation. It reminds me of that old comic
Enjoying your
meme.
tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest.
Get out of my head, Alphino.
As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
Oh great, I have to get dressed now.
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know.
Great.
Destiny calls. Perhaps we can
Don't forget to
return
register
some
your
more
game code.
tacos
Oh yeah, I
later.
have to do that. I'll probably do that like after the stream or tomorrow.
So it goes.
No, the tacos. And it's not like I'm gonna get kicked out right away, right? Just because I haven't registered my game code yet. He was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliyolal cuisine. But we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright. It's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter, or even the eastern side of Talonmarch if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city's laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volok Shunza. Ah, my poor empty belly. I feel you, Wuklamat. I really do. Sadly, that means I have to get dressed. I think you have like till midnight, July 3rd. Oh, okay. Midnight our time or midnight Pacific time? Okay, where is the... There, Ethernet. I want to finish attuning to all the Ethernet shards first. Yeah, this is the one I haven't attuned to yet. It'd actually be faster to walk. Okay. I just saw Kermit the Frog speed right past us. I am never not surprised by the glamours that people wear in this game. Good question. Early access will end on Friday, July 5, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. with the region of your screen account determining the time zone. North American accounts will adhere to Pacific time. So yes, I have until midnight Pacific on July 5, which would be 3 p.m. Sorry, 2:59 p.m. my time on July 6th. If my math is correct. All right, off to Volokshunsa. And up the stairs we go. To the right of succession. You made it. Good. Then we're all here. Still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Upon speaking to Arendville, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Sure. We can watch this. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best as I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly curls. Alice looks so pleased with herself. I understand all too well. Sharian had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is though, there's no telling what we might be in for. Oh, the Choco Brush is cute, new fave. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten the... I didn't put my other code in, yeah. That's where we also get the mount, right? Did I get the mount? Pretty sure I did. I should have. Otherwise, I'll have to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition at some point. I got the Digital Collector's Edition, that much I know. Oh, would you look at who's already here?
Estinian? When did he get here?
That's what I'd like to know.
More to the point, why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
Oh, are we gonna have an instance battle with the king? The current Dawn servant?
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter.
Hi.
Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
Vow of resolve, Gulul Jaja.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
Oh, me? Aw, nah. Aw, shucks. I can
I
can hold my own. Do I get to actually fight? Please tell me I actually get to fight him. I'd like to, please.
We had no idea.
Let
you
me
went to
beat up
visit TURAL.
royalty.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it,
It's very weird to imagine living with two different consciousness.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
Mental roommate, yeah.
Endearment. It's what my family calls me.
Can you imagine having to share a body with a sibling? And it's just like, I'm just again reminded of that comic. It's like, I'd like to have the souls of the innocent. One cinnamon bun, please. No! Make it two. No! I think that was like a comic of like, it was Frey talking to the Warrior of Light.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant.
I took the name while abroad, and have since
I'm sorry, what did he call him? Ellenish.
Erenville, then. And these others, I assume, are Lamati's recruited allies.
Plus Estinian. Don't forget the Azure Dragoon.
Ha! Old-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand.
Oh, come
I
on!
will summon the other claimants.
I was really hoping I'd get to beat up royalty for once.
Then I shall leave you to it.
Like this early.
Good fortune, my friends.
Wait, you're not joining us? Oh, come on, Estinian. We could use another hand here. Don't you give me that crap that I'm more than enough. I am but a DPS. Of course, this guy has to make his own last entrance. Late to the party. Wait, so...
The claimants are assembled.
I'm sorry, so that Mikote with the gun is also a claimant?
Zorolja. The second promise, Kona.
That's Kona, okay. A fellow machinist.
The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja.
Disrespectful.
You four will
If I had
compete
my
in the
own
right
gun,
of
I'd shoot
succession,
him right now.
the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant.
He's gonna cheat. I just know it.
I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyollal is young. And so I look to the always for inspiration. The rite of succession. The means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyollal I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all. So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Huh? So there's a... So what?
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Pay him no mind.
Our brother was in Shock TURAL leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a TURAL Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of TURAL.
Okay.
And find the City of Gold.
That's the contest? You want us to prove the fictional City of Gold exists?
If I may, Father.
Speak, Gona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
Well, do you?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word. For I have seen it with my own four eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyollal. I traveled the lands of TURAL with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City.
Oh.
I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you'll need to break the seal I put in place.
So, is this Yoshi P's PC we're breaking into?
Bring them.
Or is that a different area? Okay. Pillars?
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth.
Excuse me?
Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
Oh.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both.
Or both.
But I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
Wow.
The rite of cessation begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
At least he's very, you know, like, he's not racist at all, and he's willing to listen to anyone.
Representative of the students at Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my order some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
Oh.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant. On my honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your golden city. Thank you for hearing my petition.
Again, the graphical updates look amazing.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galov.
I'm guessing this is our send-off.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil.
As if we haven't been part of that before.
Decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
I've made my decision, and I mean to see it through.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then.
You certainly look pleased to hear that.
I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think.
Oh?
Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Are you going to be a fighter now? The first promise.
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Serelja. Take heart, tiller of the soil. The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
And how are we all able to hear that?
The first promise and commander of the Landscape. Sarelja, the Palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children.
Oh.
Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace.
Oh, so he's the direct opposition.
You spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Oh, I totally misunderstood. I thought it was gonna be...
Cryle?
Bakul.
Right.
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoralja's ambitions.
Oh.
Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
The second promise. Kona. Soralja, Sarilja is the first promise.
You must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
So they're not Lalafels.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always. That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studium.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well.
That's good.
They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
It must be odd then that with Sapphire pretty much wearing like a lot of innovative gear, she's standing with Wuklamat.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Uh-oh.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders. And then you'll see who deserves your deity.
I'm surprised that Wuklamat was not referring to him.
Well said, brother.
Oh boy.
The Mamulja finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise.
Oh, okay.
His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that's not who Wuklamat is referring to. And everyone's leaving before Wuklamat even shows up. Why? Does she really not have that many supporters? My goodness, everyone left.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turali way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies. It's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's Promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Oh, wow.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
That's why you had to seek aid?
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yeah, we should.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
The shadows video or something. I can't stop looking at it. But so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course. But others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the TURAL saga. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go and take a look. The Studium has been added to the Unending Codex. Yeah. Ethernets are so far away from each other. My eyes are feeling kind of heavy, but I want to finish this quest first. Or at least get to a good stopping point before we end. It is pretty late. I do need to get some sleep. More sleep than I got yesterday, that's for sure. Ah, yes! The Warrior of Light! Doink doink! Wearing what looks to be the Mad Max BDSM gear that Valve told me about. That makes everyone. Wuklamat, the tablets if you would. Of course! Everyone has a tablet. Then let's compare them to their respective pillars. Keep an eye out for even the smallest differences. And there are conveniently 7 of us, or was it 6 of us? I lost count. Six of us. Unless I'm missing something. The glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that the tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scenes are the same, where do we go from here? Dawn Servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tural's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. Then we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the TURAL saga. The events the glyphs portray. Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu settlement. Papa took me there once. It was during festival season and the whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold, the one involved the Peripelu village, which is about the same distance from here. Oh, do we get to pick which one we go to first? Before going anywhere, we should ask around about the road ahead. I heard a lot of talk as we toured the city about that storm they passed through at sea. Apparently, it ravaged TURAL several days ago. Since our roads are not as well paved as Eosia's, they're more susceptible to damage from natural disasters. If we want to avoid wasting time taking a dead-end trail, I suggest you spend a few moments making inquiries. If it's information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Oh wait, she's gonna talk to the restaurant people, isn't she? It would be prudent to ensure we're prepared for the journey. I'll guide you to the accommodations I've arranged. The inn? Oh goodness, whew. Yeesh. That is the inn, isn't it? Peshaqua. That's right. The reservation is under Buklamat's name. If you don't mind, I'll leave my companions to you. Certainly, sir. I'll go and track down the third promise. Once you finish organizing your gear, you can meet us outside Jbalyav. Greetings, visitors to Toliolal, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you are ready, I will show you to your rooms. Ugh. My throat. Ow. Ooh. Okay. I think this is a good place to stop. We're gonna... Let's go to the room. Whoa! Hello! And as a crystal bell, a glamour dresser, armoire, summoning bell, orchestrion, comfy feather bed, unending journey. Ooh! I like this. Anyways, guys, I think that's a good place, and I am exhausted, and I'm surprised I actually lasted this long into the stream. So we're gonna close up now. Before that, though, I do need to show the updated schedule. I just hope that my thing is actually correct. There we go. So, as you can see, I have a very full week ahead of me, and I'm going to hate myself after this because of how much we're gonna be doing. So, tomorrow we are not going to be playing Final Fantasy XIV. We're instead going to be playing The First Descendant, which will be releasing tomorrow afternoon. But I will be playing tomorrow at around 10 p.m. the usual time, after gym. And then on Wednesday, a different time slot, I will be streaming from 7 p.m. my time, that's 7 a.m. Eastern for those of you in the US, my continuation of DAWNTRAIL. And then on Thursday is the release of Zelda Zone Zero, where I will be playing that at my usual 10 p.m. slot. I'm going to test the waters to see... The reason I'm going with 7 p.m. is I'm going to test the waters to see if, like, you guys are okay with me having 30-minute break in the middle of stream for dinner, and then everything else is just, like, free-flowing. It can result in longer streams, but they end earlier, so I don't lose as much sleep. Then... on Saturday, assuming I'm not done with the story yet, which is very likely, I will be continuing my playthrough of DAWNTRAIL, and I will be streaming for as much of the day as I can manage for that. Okay, until we can until, you know, unless otherwise stated. But yeah, that's gonna be what the schedule is like this week. It's gonna be a very full week, and I am probably gonna hate myself at the end of everything. But that's it for tonight, guys. Anyways, I'm going to close up now. I hope you guys all enjoyed my first venture into the DAWNTRAIL story and our arrival in TURAL. Join me again on Wednesday for the continuation of that, and join me as well tomorrow for The First Descendant. That's going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for coming. The Casbar is now closed, and drinks will be waiting for you guys when you return. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Stay safe.